Dear Megan, today is Thursday and I liked your video about the pros of being a nerd. I took the inspiration of your video and I am making a list myself, but I am listing the differences between nerds and hipsters. I feel like those are two important groups to distinguish because they tend to bleed together in culture, and some people aren't capable of separating them because they do tend to bleed together if you're not careful of where to look for the differences, so I thought I would share. This is just a short list that I have compiled through like 15-20 minutes of research on the internet. Ever since Hipsters have popped up, there has been a lot of content on the internet explaining the differences between geeks, nerds, and hipsters. But this video is just going to focus on the difference between nerds and hipsters. Enjoy! This is my nerd shirt. It's the cat in the hat. I was going to wear my Hogwarts shirt, but I wore that in my last video, and I kind of didn't want to wear the same shirt twice. Nerds are the skinny kids with glasses that are really awkward. Hipsters wear skinny jeans and flannel shirts and big glasses, normally big as in thick rimmed, not big as in take up your whole face, and some sort of hat that isn't a baseball hat, and a neckerchief or a scarf, something in the neck area that isn't a normal accessory. They are proud of being nerds. They will very loudly tell you that they are nerds. Hipsters deny being hipsters. They do not like the idea of being a hipster, so they don't want to be one. Nerds are authentically misfits. This means that they do not know how to drop the things that make them uncool, whereas hipsters can drop something as soon as it becomes mainstream. The nerds love it so much that they don't really know how to lessen their passion for it. Hipsters have not paid the social price that comes with liking something that sets them off from the cool crowd. They choose to pursue this passion, this TV show, this artist, this music group, because it has gained a following that will make them different from the cool people but still give them some sort of social standing. Nerds keep several hallmarks throughout time. They have staples that never leave, like Star Trek and the people with the red shirts always die or something like that. Hipsters are considered cool for wearing things that nerds are normally made fun of for. They are motivated by just their passions. They don't care what the mainstream's doing. If they like it, they're going to go after it. Hipsters are motivated by their passions and what the mainstream is doing. If the mainstream suddenly likes one artist or one TV show, then hipsters don't like it anymore. They drop it. Their passion for it suddenly decreases. Nerds are going to bring change to society through science and technology. Hipsters are going to bring change to society through cultural avenues. They're going to bring things that the nerds like and introduce it to the mainstream. Nerds are the people I see as more likely to go to conventions like LeakyCon and VidCon and Comic-Con. Hipsters also see taking uncool things like mustaches and beards with flannel shirts and making them cool again, and they see doing that as cool. Normally, before hipsters, the only people you would have seen wearing beards and flannel shirts are lumberjacks, but now hipsters wear it, and now it's cool. Both nerds and hipsters obsess over the details in their niche, whether it's organic food or Doctor Who, and both nerds and hipsters are capable of helping each other. The hipsters are going to take what the nerds like and bring it to the mainstream, help them get accepted a little bit more, while the nerds are always going to provide the new material for the hipsters to like when their current passions go to mainstream. So I thought you knew about Matt Smith leaving Doctor Who, because the news came out. No, the news actually did become official while you were in Dallas, because I almost sent it to you. So never mind. As far as what he's thinking, you must not have been on Tumblr when he shaved his head, because it exploded. I just had to search Matt Smith haircut, and it was the only thing I was looking at. Here's a picture. So I'm pretty sure he's thinking that he can't regrow that in time for Season 8, because you don't come back from that quickly. So my theory is, it's just a theory, is that they've already filmed the 50th as far as I know, the 50th anniversary thing of Doctor Who. And since we didn't see 11 regenerate in Season 7, we're going to see him regenerate in Season 8. I think there's two ways that Moffat can shoot it. He can shoot it so that 11 regenerates at the end of the episode, the first episode of Season 8, or he regenerates at the beginning. Either way, it's probably only going to take a couple weeks at the most to film that, so I don't see why they wouldn't have written that first episode and filmed Matt's parts, and they fill in all the gaps later. Because unless they made a wig, he's not filming Doctor Who anytime soon. Back to your conversation of adulthood. Yes, our generation can define what adulthood means. I am apparently defining it as I'm missing an ingredient for dinner that I'm going to cook, and I get my keys, and I go get in my car, and I drive all the way to Chick-fil-A. Adulthood. Yep, that's a good start to adulthood. I do feel like what our friends and our families and our peers are pushing on us as the social norm is going to influence a lot of how people define adulthood. It may not influence how you define adulthood or how I define adulthood, because I just want to be happy and I'm going to do whatever makes me happy, and I feel like I'm mature and adult enough to be able to balance what makes me happy with what needs to happen, and getting what needs to happen also makes me happy, and finding the balance between those. But I don't know how much our generation is capable of doing that. I feel like the people that we've been surrounded with the last couple years have been capable of making their own decisions, but there's a lot of people out there who are going to do things for material value, like the people who go to college to get their MRS degree. I do applaud your plan to not conform to people's version of adulthood. That makes me happy. You don't need to be doing that. Do what makes you happy. Do what you think being an adult means. It's kind of all I've got. I feel like we wrapped this up maybe, unless you have something to add. I don't really know. I feel like we've established nobody ever really becomes an adult, because we're all changing, and we get to define for ourselves what adulthood means. And it's only going to be through time that we learn how our generation defined adulthood. I don't know. Hope you have a safe trip to North Carolina. I honestly think it will be funny if you have to do the first punishment. I can look up some fan fiction or some legitimate literature for you to read if you want. I can make it really bad, I promise. Hopefully I'll see you on Monday, because I would rather see you on Monday than watch you do a punishment, because I miss you. Bye!